Yeah. Happy late night and good evening to everybody out there. This is your boy Triple J on behalf of the Three Bells podcast. Welcome everybody. I'm here joined tonight with my guys Des Taker and Shane McMahon, everybody. Oh, what an exciting night. Glad to be here and everything. Fellas, how we feeling?
What's good, everybody? It's me, your homie Shane O'Mac, coming to you from the East New York section of the Three Bells podcast table. It is so good to be here with the fellas Mundo and Triple J as always. And it's good to see all of you as well. Thank you so much for joining in. Happy Tuesday, everyone. And officially, happy spring. It's spring, everyone. We're going to have a good conversation tonight. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready. Let's get it.
What's good, fellas? What's good, everybody? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, NXT Universe? It's your boy Mundo, aka Mr. AKA himself. Glad to be here with my fellas as always. I hope everybody had a blessed night. We're about to get it going. Let's go, Three Bells Podcast.
And on that note, Shane, hit him. Shane, hit him.
I got you.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you. Appreciate it. And welcome to another episode of NXT where we're getting closer to stand and deliver, everybody. And tonight's episode just straight jumped right into a match, which shit, you know how I feel about it, guys. When it comes to straight wrestling, give me wrestling from the jump, and that's what we got. We got Dez's favorite, Miss Roxanne Perez, against Miss Tatum Paxley. Fellas, since this is it, this is the first match of the night, and we got it this quick. What are your thoughts? Dez, we'll go with you, and then Shane.
Yes, I love me Roxy. That's her name for me. Roxy Perez. I'm not even gonna call her Roxanne. Roxanne's a good girl name. Her bad girl name is Roxy. But man, I mean, both the ladies came out ready to go. Tatum's pissed at Roxy. Roxy's pissed at Tatum and Lyra. So they came out guns blazing, both of them. Just energy, straight up energy on both of their behalves. I loved it. Also, I'm just loving this whole aggressive side of Roxy. It's just beautiful to see. It's making her moves, her impacts from her moves mean more. I just love this mean streak. It's beautiful. It was funny, real quick. Outside of the match, Vic took a shot at a Booker with the whole CM Punk situation. He was like, "Yeah, you know," he was like, "Yeah, your friend CM Punk," and Booker was like, "Tell me, you didn't just say that." That raspy voice. But I was laughing at that. He was like, "Yeah, let's let the internet play around with that a little bit." Vic is fucking awesome. I mean, he be having Booker T tongue tied sometimes. But yeah. Anyway, I don't even know what to call this move that Tatum did. I don't know what to call it. Vic and Booker didn't give it a name, so I don't know what she did. But I'm assuming that you guys saw the same thing that I saw. But that shit was fucking crazy. I don't know what it's called, so I don't know. But that move was crazy. I'm sure, Jay, for sure you saw that move that I saw. And then this whole pop rocks into the crossface combo. I'm loving that, man. I'm really loving it. All around, great match by the ladies. Roxy then proceeded to call out Avon like, "Yo, bitch, what's good? It's been a week. Like, come on, give me my belt." And then Lyra had the nerve to bring her hobble ass out here with one arm. What did she think she was gonna do? I don't know. She crazy, but yeah, she ended up in the crossface for her own good because she's stupid for even thinking about coming out there and trying to do something. But I don't know. But all in all, I enjoyed the match. Great first match. Roxy got it straight to the point. So, Shane?
Yeah, this was a good way to start a match, man. Started with the ladies. Started off strong with the strong ladies. You say her name is Roxy now. She's no longer Roxanne. It's spicy and feisty and strong and mad and angry Roxy. I hear you. And that this Paxley, Miss Tatum, she's pretty good. I'm really liking her in-ring skills. I know she's crazy and I know she's playing this like obsessed fan of Lyra, but in the ring, she is really, really good. And going towards the end, what was Lyra thinking? Like, girl, you're injured with your arm all wrapped up, and you still like going out there and trying to swing with your other hand. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it's tough and not too smart at the same time. Because girl, you're trying to heal so that you can make it for the stand and deliver, which is only what, like 18 days away. So you need to heal instead of trying to get a lick in there, and that's all you got. You probably got like what, a good 1 or 2 licks before Roxy done went up on your ass, like just like wailed out on you. So I mean, are you like even more injured now because of that? Who knows? But it was, it was a good start. Shout out to the women, did a good job, and it was a good match.
Fellas, yo, that to me was a great match by the ladies. I loved how they both had energy in there. And nah, bro, I don't even know the move that Paxley did because that shit was just wild upon itself. And the viciousness you were seeing from Paxley as well, I loved it. Then you seen it back from Roxy, and Roxy was just going in the face buster. It was like a face buster knee that I wrote that Paxley did. So it was kind of weird, but it was fire. And then the pop rocks into the crossface, that was dope. I'm loving how she's, putting her package together as far as how to finish her people off because Des, as you said, she's not the goody goody no more. Being an evil, playing that heel side, she got to have a little bit more swag to her. And by adding that move, that's the swag she needs. And by her calling out Ava and saying she wants the belt, and then Lyra just comes out in the sling, I'm like, oh my God. You're just asking for your arm to get re-fucked up, and look what happens. Your ass gets beat up. You should have never came out there. But it's crazy how, Paxley got pushed out the way. I wonder if Paxley's going to remember that, down the line at Stand and Deliver. Like, yo, bitch, you pushed me. So let's see how, all of that plays out. And fellas, the crazy thing is, I didn't want this match to start off first because it literally just came into me that, it was my tidbit of the night. And I'm going to have to say it because, it's about Paxley. So here we go. Tatum Paxley's outfit that she's been wearing is in homage to WCW diva superstar Daphne. And as well, she is married to the jobber that Braun Breaker had fought, Javier Bernal. So keep an eye, these little romances peek here and there. So I figured I'd tell you that now since Paxley just had her fight, in the beginning, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jay's tidbit of the night.
Presented by Mundo, aka Mr. Mundo himself, doing his impression of Tyler Perry Presents.
Oh shit. Let me play these 2 messages along the way.
Hey Triple J, hey Mundo, hey Shane, hope you're having a great day.
Balls up! There's a preview. This is what's happening tomorrow.
What the hell was that?
That sounded like Bang Bang Gang from AEW, if I'm not mistaken. But
I have no
I
clue
think
what the hell that was.
I think that
What?
was for Des. I think that was for you, Des. Bang Bang Gang.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. He said that he had music queued up yesterday for the show he didn't show up to, so he was gonna do it tonight. But I didn't know what the hell we was just listening to. I thought he was pulling a Drew on us. Like how he had that movie clip or whatever like that last month. So yeah, bang bang.
Yeah, I thought he did a Dez with a brand new vacuum cleaner. What is going on with all of these vacuum cleaner themes that's going on for the past week?
Hey,
What is with all of these vacuum?
really, really, Shane? Come on.
They're going from Eurekas to Black and Deckers. Okay, now let's see what Boom got to say.
Dude, that's my new intro. Also, what's up, Three Bells?
Okay, my guy.
Jay, wait till he hears my intro.
He missed it yesterday.
He
He
missed
played
it.
it
Yeah.
yesterday.
I did a
Hey,
special.
Mr. Look, he did a special, huh, Dez?
You didn't hear the outro that we had the first song
Des
that we
threw
had for the outro.
a subliminal. Don't say nothing, Shane. Don't say nothing.
and I can't do
Oh,
it tonight because I don't have the computer logged in with me right now. So yeah.
This is to be
oh,
continued tomorrow between the two.
oh, okay. Well, hello, Mr. Boom, Mr. How are you, man? Good to have you here, Mister. Good to
Oh
see you.
shit. Oh
What the
shit.
fuck?
He's gonna love that.
Oh wow, you got him on you. Oh man, yo, I played that. I played that for my parents. Right, as I was driving home from the dinner tonight, we was listening to the podcast from last night, and when he came in and he did that, we all started laughing, and then I did it after him, so we started laughing again. Oh man, and then boom, disappeared. Oh,
Oh, guys, y'all too much for me this early on in the show. Jesus Christ! But yo, in the back we got a nice, little segment where Metaphor was busy in the back talking, and they was talking about Trick. And you see Lash. Lash was like, "Ooh, can't wait to get her hand, my hands on Trick." And here comes Alpha Academy. Someone was jelly. Guys, what did you think of that real quick? Shane and Des real quick?
So you mean to tell me you just had a match yesterday for a possible a qualifying match for gold and you lost. So now you come here on NXT wanting to do the same thing and you're going against who? Yeah, okay. If you say so.
um, uh, 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 it was good seeing Maxine tonight. She looked good, and it was just funny with Otis making Lash feel kind of uncomfortable. And she was like, "Oh no, oh hell no!" Like she don't want all that meat. It's a bit too much meat for her. And it's funny he was doing that while Maxine is on his arm. So I guess my boy Otis is a player.
Yeah. Now, see, that's the Otis I like to see when he's playing that type of a ladies' man role. Now, I want to see that more of an angle from him. You know, it's a cool thing, and as we see, it's another tag team going down to NXT, and let's see what happens for them after that.
Jay,
Talk to me.
so it is LaJuan right? Are we witnessing the departure of Chad Gable from Alpha Academy? Even though they name dropped him tonight, but like we haven't seen him with the group in a few weeks. Is he right?
Could be, could be, unless Chad is playing the leadership role from afar since they got sent from the boss. He might be playing the boss role now with them since he was in his, Lawan was saying before, he needs to change up in the gimmick as well. And look, he was in the tux yesterday. He was like that maybe a week or two ago before that as well. So definitely we starting to see the slow character change of him. But let's see. Damn pipes. But yeah,
No, no. I mean, it seems to me, yeah, like Lamont says, it seemed to me that he's just totally, it looks like he's almost separated himself because he's not that same guy that fits that mold of the Alpha Academy. Like he has like this whole new attitude now because his mind is different and he's going for I guess the goal that he's going for something that he feels is a whole lot more personal than the thank you. Like this is not the same Chad that we're dealing with. No, this is the thank you guys. So I don't know. It seems like Alpha, they're doing their own thing, starting as soon as yesterday and continuing today. And who knows, continuing on, if there's even going to be a connection. It seems like there's even no connection between the two. So we'll see, Jay.
do you think also maybe this is a little demotion for maybe like Maxine that she will probably get some matches now in the NXT women's division since the shit that happened between her and LeRae? You think that she goes down there now to fight?
I think it's for all three of them, honestly. Character development for all three of them. I mean, Lord have mercy. How much TV time is Tozawa getting now under the Triple H regime? So maybe he's giving him a shot. Maybe they're trying to find something with Otis. And yeah, as far as development as wrestling for Maxine, my opinion.
It seems to be the trend that when someone is on Raw or SmackDown and they need to revitalize or revamp or remix themselves, they go down to I don't even want to say down, but go across to NXT and they're almost looked at as like a more top tier superstar there than at their respectable brands. So hey, maybe this would be like the beginning of a new Alpha or a new Maxine or even a new Tozawa if that's even possible. But we'll see. We'll see.
Shane, it's like basketball. You know, you can be the least used guy on the bench, like that last man. But if you go from the NBA and then you go to like the G League and you play there, you're different because you're on the main roster, but you came down here. So now everybody looks at you differently. They're like, oh my gosh, you're an NBA superstar or whatever like that. But you know, you're not like the person or whatever that nature, but you are a part of the team. So yeah, it's the same thing with NXT. You know, they're just getting down there. They're gonna just find their way again and get back to the main roster and actually make meaning to their spot.
Right. That's why I kind of like I caught myself. I didn't want to say down to NXT, even though some would say that, but NXT is definitely building himself up to like almost the same level as Raw and SmackDown. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's not like a big super show like that, but it's building itself up there to a point that it has its own culture, I guess you would call it, and it's big enough for you to really pay attention. Case in point, you and I. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Nice one, guys. Nice one. And at that, we got Uber Femi walking out to the ring, and as he's getting ready to walk out, we see Ava asking Lyra, "Is she okay?" And Lyra was like, "Look, make the match for Stand and Deliver." Ava agrees. So, fellas, we got that match at the PLE. Happy that we got it, and let's see what comes about it later on. Now we have Briggs in the ring already, you know, and he's talking his trash, guys. From this segment that we got here with who was involved and everything within the guys here, what were your thoughts on this promo segment, whatever you guys will feel that it is? I'm gonna go with Dez and then Shane.
I enjoyed this. Honest to God, I enjoyed this promo here. First off, because of the fact that I got to see, you know, Oba in the ring with somebody the same height as him or even taller than him, which is weird because we've only seen him in the ring with people smaller than him. So it was very good to see that. And Josh, all of a sudden now standing up for his friend, I was just like, okay, all right, I feel you on that. And he's not afraid of Oba, obviously, because they're basically the same size, you know. And then I completely forgot about Dijak. He really did step to Oba last week. So to see him come out today, I was like, oh shit, okay. I'm like where this is going because I'm a big fan of big guys going against each other because you're just like, who is the most dominant of them all? So Ava, sweetheart, number one fan here. I want you to make a triple threat match between Dijak, Josh, and Oba for the North American Championship. I mean, or a fatal four way, I guess. We'll get down to that once we get to that part of the show. But right now, I'm liking that. I don't want to see them going against each other to qualify. No, I would be invested in a triple threat match between the three of them, because the whole segment ended in a stalemate. It's like, yeah, you're not overpowering us because of your size. We're just as big as you are, and we're just as tough as you are. So I am all for it. Shane?
That was the very first thing I said to myself when Josh and Uber was face to face. I said, God damn, these are some big models, supers up in here. Then Dijax got in the ring. All three of these just like tall towers of the Manhattan skylight or something like that. Just three big buildings. And I said, yep. I said, this has got to be a three-way. Because that seems to be the trend these days. It's a three-way. But what came to mind when Joshua started talking and he was basically sticking up for his friend? I tilted my head to the side and I said, it was so adorable how he was sticking up for his little friend, talking about how Uber was smiling the whole time. I was like, yeah, because, your boy he was a little boy and a little punk, acting like he was all tough in grown folks' business, and he got his ass folded in half. So what you going to do? You're going to come and stick up for him, which just proves the point as to how little the boy is? Mm-hmm. I want to see this triple threat match. And you're saying with triple threats, there's no rules. The only thing is a pin or a submission. Oh, yeah, baby. I am so ready for this match. I want to get my drink on. Let's get the party started on this match, Jay.
Man,
Jay,
that was
Jay,
that.
Jay, I'm sorry to cut you off, Jay, but
Talk to me.
but isn't it funny how time just changes things? Because these same exact two people that are inside of this situation, Shane and I are both saying we can't wait to see a triple threat match. But this literally, Josh and Dijak were two guys that we were just like, whatever, okay, JBL, but what? And now you fast forward to now, and we're like, yeah, I want to see this. I want to see this. You see how time changes shit, man? Isn't that crazy, Jay?
It is, because now you kind of see, they're worth the investment. And the little few that Dijak just had, you know he's gonna bring it in the ring and he's gonna talk his talk. And then with Oba, Oba doesn't seem concerned with nothing. He's like, you know what? You want to fight me? You want to fight me? Bring it. I'll beat both of y'all. And with Briggs, yeah, boohoo, he cried, but I don't really think he's doing it for his boy just to show it off. I think that's down the line just to make his character stronger. That's what it's for. And I want to see the match. I want to see a triple threat. They deserve it, all three of them. And hope HBK and Ava's listening, through the masses, through the walls, and does that for us. I'll be invested in it. And Des, trust me, we was the ones talking so much shit about these guys, and now the character change is just unbelievable, and they have us sitting here ready for it. So
Agreed.
let's see let's see what happens after that. But the crazy shit was, how did Briggs come out with that line calling him a wannabe Shaft, and Dijak was like, hold up, you talking Samuel L. Jackson? I'm white.
Yo, I was weak. Yo, even the crowd was like, they were laughing. The black people in the crowd was really like, oh shit, that was funny. He was like, how are you calling? I'm like, in my head though, I'm like, they're both wearing all black. I guess because he had the coat on. But I'm like, what? That shit was funny, son. Too funny.
Yeah, me and the air in my room, we was all like crying, laughing at that. 'Cause that was like the funniest moment when he just like put him out there like that. And it was, because of the coat. And he was like, I'm white. Like that was funny.
Yeah, that was one of the moments that I had caught, and I thought it was hilarious. And I'm all for it. And at the same time, after all of that is over, we see Mr. Spears in the back talking, and you know, he mentioned some shit. I can't understand my handwriting, but you know, at the end of
Um,
it, you see Gacy in his locker room, which was hilarious.
he was just
But
basically saying, pride is the downfall of man. And he was basically commenting on what we just watched. And I guess all three of them are very prideful, and it's going to be the downfall of one of them or both or two of them in the long run. So that's what he said, bro. See, I was watching the show. I watched all the promos. I got you, bro. Got you.
whew, Jesus, gracias. Uh, that takes us
But don't
into
forget what happened
what
right before.
I was. I went to go handle my food. What happened after that?
Well, Gacy.
Oh yeah, no. I know about the gate. I know about Gacy in the locker room. Yeah.
So are we looking at a new feud coming up between the two of them? Interesting.
Shit. Gacy's gonna just want to fight any and everybody, and he's gonna in the end he's gonna wind up coming right back to Dijak. You could see some bullshit like that down the line.
Yeah, but
It's not
how would this feud
what.
start with him and Sean? Like, Sean said his feint, and then Gacy, poked his head out, indicating to me that, that he's in the building, like he's doing his little crazy thing. But how would that story start? Like, why would he start his feud with Sean and he still have business with Mr. Dijak?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like with him, you got to think about it. Gacy's gonna be one who's gonna be in the middle of multiple storylines, and trust me, Ridge ain't done with Spears as well. Eventually, everything is gonna lead back to the original guys fighting each other. That's the way I feel about it, and it's good, because this is like old school, Triple H, HBK type storyline as to where, the story is semi done when, and they try to make it to us like it's over, but it's really not. So you could intertwine with another feud, start another one up, and then 2, 3 months later, you come right back to this one. This guy goes back to the other. I like the angle that it's going to be going because we want to see certain things and we're getting it from them. So, I'm all for it. So that leads us into a tag team qualifier match, guys. And it's Nathan Frazier and Axiom against the NQCC. And they selected Dempsey and Bourne to fight for them. Oh, guys, guys. Now, I just want to ask. I'm one who likes when it's speed on speed. I love it. So this was a good one for me, guys. I'm gonna start with Shane and then Des. What were your thoughts on the match? Hit it.
Speed, speed, speed. It was like Sonic the Hedgehog versus Super Mario Brothers, the Fire Mario. Like these guys was just so fast. They was just so fast, running back and forth and jumping in and out of the ring. It was like, wow, you would get dizzy if if you had vertigo or something like that. But it was cool. It was fast paced. There was no boring spots, full of action. Still trying to understand what a no quarter catch means, but yeah, it was cool. The right team won, and yeah, it ain't too much to say except for it was a cool match. It was cool.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! This is my match of the night. I I got a lot to talk about on this one. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. Oh man. First off, those suicide dives out the ring by Axiom and Frazier, those honestly seem like the roughest suicide dives out of the ring I've ever seen in my life. Usually, when you see it with Seth or anybody like that, they give a love tap to the person. But I mean, shit, Axiom knocked this motherfucker all the way to the floor. I was like, God damn, he hit him hard. And then you seen Frazier do it on the other side, and Axiom did it again. I'm like, yo, he almost knocked him into the table. I'm like, okay, they going hard. Um, and Charlie Dempsey, he impressed me. I know we seen him, during the Heritage Cup match, but I mean, tonight he impressed me again. I was like, okay, I like the way this dude fights. You can tell his dad's a wrestler. He cares about it. So he impressed me. That slap fest, holy shit. Jay, unmute yourself. Jay, what the fuck, bro? That slap fest was crazy. Am I bugging?
No, because I actually wrote it on my paper that slap fest was the shit because, bro, they were going hard as fuck with that.
Yo, yo,
I mean, like both of them, pow, pow, pow. Then you see them both. Boom.
yo.
I'm
It
like,
was to the point Vic even had to name it the slap fest. Like, bro, that shit was insane. I was like, kudos to y'all because y'all are tough. Like they were just trying to hit each other harder and harder, and I'm like, damn, I felt it at home. And then again, Frazier when he got back into the ring and he was just moving so damn fast. The moves he was hitting was just like wow. He actually had the fans on their feet for a minute because of the combinations and stuff that he was doing. And then we get this nice power slam in midair by Osborne, which was just like, wow, bro. Like, okay, these guys are really bringing it. They really want to win this match. So I'm just like, okay, I'm really falling for this match. And then that ending by Axiom and Frazier with the Spanish fly off the top rope that led into the Phoenix Splash. That whole combo, I was just like, hell yeah. Hell to the yes. So congratulations to the winners of the match, Axiom and Frazier. You guys move on into that triple threat qualifying match. Yup. Boom.
the parting shot. Uh-oh. But yeah, I enjoyed the match. And I'm gonna be like, yo, not gonna lie, Bourne, Miles Bourne, whoa, that boy got some moves on him. I ain't gonna lie to you, he impressed me a lot within this match as well. And like they said, speed kills in this match, and it was one hell of a match as to where, man, this was a 5-star match for me because I enjoyed it from the beginning to the end, and it was just action packed. Oh man, this is why I fucks with NXT, because it just leaves me happy basically after every match. There's not too many bad parts. You know, it was definitely enjoyable. And right after that match, we had Stone and Vaughn talking in the background, and Stone was upset. He was tight that he was being carried like a poor little baby. Oh, when he didn't want to see that in front of his, he didn't want his kids to see that. And Vaughn was like, "Come on, I was only here to help you and all of that." And Vaughn was like, "I'm gonna go handle it." And Vaughn was like, "Yeah, but I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm leaving. Go cry to your kid." You know. And now we're gonna possibly see Vaughn again next week try to handle Lexus King. Again, moving on along. They're letting us know that Sol Ruka's gonna be coming into the ring to face Brent Reese. But in between all of that, we got a little promo from Baron and Braun, our tag team champions. And they're talking about they're cool with what they're watching, and trying to see who's the next tag team out there. Guys, real quick, how do you feel with the guys that they're actually going to be going against? Based off of what we've seen in this early little episode. Do you think any of these guys that actually are competing are worth beating the Wolf Dogs? Shane and Dez, real quick.
Guys, as in what, the guys that are qualifying or Alpha Academy? Is that where we are right now?
No, I was just saying based off the guys that are there asking, in those matches. But yeah, you could also talk about the Alpha Academy as well.
Yeah, the Alpha Academy, to me, this seems like a what's that word we use? A squash, a smush, a mush match. Come on, dude. I mean, Otis may give them a couple of dollars of the money, but that Tozawa, man, no, it's just pennies for me with him. I mean, yeah, I give you a B plus for effort and for your heart and your want to be there, but you know, but the tag team that I do want to see the Wolf Dogs go against is hands down the OC. I really like those guys, and that would be an amazing tag team match for both of those tag teams to go head to head to give all they got. My money is on that right there, Jay.
Yeah, Shane. I agree with you 100%. If we don't forget what we saw a few weeks ago, the OC already came to them and told them, look, if you can get past such and such, we're the next ones up for your titles. So, they of course they're not going to just get a title match off rip. So they got to go and jump through some hoops and hurdles and stuff like that to get to that point. But all in all, I believe it's going to be the Wolf Dogs versus the Good Brothers at Stand and Deliver for the tag team titles. So that would be a good match to me.
Awesome. Good insight, fellas. Definitely appreciate that. And it's weird to see, the Alpha Academy try to get their little shot there. They offer their little match stipulation if they beat them. So let's see how that plays out. And Braun's like now is no time, no fun. Just know next week's results are gonna equal spear and end of days. And that leads us now into the Soul Ruka versus Brenly Reese match. Fellas, we got our ladies fighting yet again. Another match. Real quick, what were your thoughts on this match? Dez and Shane.
This match was pretty okay. The only thing that I wrote down for this match was that Soul Snatcher is a cool move. I like that. It's a really cool move. And it's only right Blair attacked Soul from behind. I mean, obviously that's the main story that we're going to eventually get into. As Vic was telling us in the background, what the beef was between the two of them. You only knew that it was going to happen. Blair was going to show up. So all in all, it was an okay match. I like the finisher, Shane.
Yeah, that finisher was everything. I absolutely love that finisher. It was definitely an old snap moment of the night. And yeah, it was cute how they had Malik and Blade to walk out with Miss Reese. I guess that's their time to shine on camera. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a good match. It was a good match for the women to go out there and shine and represent. Once again, proving that the women on NXT, they are not to be played with. Jay.
Right, they definitely not, bro. Kudos to both of them and to Soul for winning the match. And it was just weird to see Brenly, with a smile on her face after she lost the match. They're like, what? This is twice in a row in where you lost matches, but you're still like, you know what? Screw it. I'm out there in the ring. I'm wrestling. I'm still happy I lost. She's a happy-go-lucky loser. And to see what happened.
No, I was going for you to talk about. Yeah, I forgot to mention this Blair Davenport. What's up with her? She's like she has a thing for Miss Soul.
Basically, the reason why Soul Ruka was out for the year was basically because of Blair. So their beef is still continuing on from that time. So and at that, remember Soul came and interfered in her match. So this is something that's not gonna stop now for a while. We're gonna more than likely see this match at Stand and Deliver if that's the case. And you know that leads with the family coming into the building, and we got a Ridge promo. Ridge, I don't know what to say about you, bro. You're too sad right now. It's not time for me to be sad. So, I'm gonna just let that sad story keep on going. And here comes the D'Angelo family coming out into the ring. And, they got a nice little brand new music. I like it. The family music is cool. Guys, what were your thoughts on this promo? Shane, Des?
The promo, as in the in-ring promo, and where Dragunov was on video talking about his title. That's what we're talking about now. Talking about the power of Mr. Tony, how he can make things happen, and congratulated his. He officially welcomed, I guess, the newest member of the family, which we all knew what was going to happen before it even actually happened because it made sense. But yeah, there's something like a lot that's going on here, and it's making me want to definitely tune in to see how far this dude will go in order to obtain the title. How much power does he have to make things happen so that he can get what he wants? What is this stack guy going to do to Mr. Drag in terms of they're moving forward to the main event? Because you want to keep yourself fresh. You want to be at 100%. So can this Stacks dude, I don't know, eliminate a couple of bars off of his cell phone power? Let's see, Jay.
Well, I'll take it from there, Shane. I kid y'all not. After watching last week, I would actually have preferred them to continue on with that whole movie style situation. That was pretty cool. That's not something that we see a lot in WWE today. So I wish they would have did that. But since they are in the ring, yeah, I'm interested in seeing what Stacks is going to do to Ilya next week. Hopefully that plan doesn't backfire. Like Shane said, I want to see what else, what other kind of power the Don has. I'm very interested in this, and the fact that he's so confident. Tony is completely confident. I like that. Be confident. And I'm pretty much tired of Ilya's shit. I don't care for him. I'm a mellow guy. I don't give a shit about him. So yeah. Jay?
But Des, don't
Uh,
you find it interesting, and Jay, don't you find it interesting that they did do that in terms of, 1 week they was, backstage and they was talking, and then the next week they had like this movie, which was pretty cool, and then like today they have an in ring. So it's like they're telling the stories in these 3 or possibly 4 different scenarios to help tell the story and to set it up for something like next week when there's like an actual match, and then they might do something, throw like another curveball the week after before the main event. Like I like how they did, like they just giving us like different like scenarios to help tell the story.
Yeah, I agree with you saying, but for me, I'm just saying last week it stuck out only because of the fact that we were saying how we all enjoyed like the movie like promos that they're doing for WrestleMania, and this just fit in. It fit in with that whole mold.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree because of his character and who they
Hmm.
are. That was
Yeah,
that was perfect. It was like it was almost as if that whole scene was a character itself, along with the family. So yeah, it was mucho cool. But how would you do that? How would you have done that this week without it being like the exact same thing as last week? Because last week told a pretty cool story. So how would you, Des? How would you with that type of aura of vibe? How would that like tell the story moving forward, like this week, to set up this match that we're gonna have?
all right. Now, putting it like that, I get what you're saying. You can't. You have to change it up. You have to change it up. So you don't get repetitive and keep it fresh. So thinking about that while you were asking the question, that makes sense. It makes sense how they did it today, because there's no way that you can figure that out. Maybe you can go back to it next week or the week after, like you said, but back to back weeks doesn't make sense.
Maybe we should make one before our Mania week.
that will be fire. That will be
Oh
fire.
yeah. Drew approached me about us doing some type of like actual video promoting our WrestleMania week and stuff like that. I just never got a chance to tell you guys, but yeah, Drew's been ahead of the game, man. We miss you, Drew. He's on vacation, by the way. So shout outs to my guy, Drew. Miss you, boy.
Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Drewski. Yes, sir. Your fellow crime man in charge. That's I like that guy's insight on this with within the family and how they broke down the vignettes and everything for them within last week and the week before and then this week. They like Shane said, you gotta switch up the styles and the ways that they're going with it, and it's good to see it. You know, and with Ilya, Shane, I'm the same way. I'm not feeling him as far as being a champion. I like him as a wrestler. I like his in-ring technique. But everything else, I'm just like, Ilya, no.
Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. Like that's how I felt. It's like,
Yeah, Jay, that was Des that said that. Me
yeah,
personally, I'm the guy that was kind of feeling the same way until I saw him in a match. I forgot who he fought, and I said, "Wow, you wouldn't think that a guy like this looked and can fight like that." I was impressed by his in ring, his in ring actions and the things that he was doing. So again, like thinking about that and then thinking about this story and what it is that both of these guys are trying to obtain, this is going to be quite a match in terms of what it is that they are going to do and to risk in order to get these titles.
True, and they got us heavily invested, guys. And trust me, I'm invested in it. But Ilya, do a better job, my guy. And that leads us into another match, my guys. We have the Heritage Cup title match, and it's featuring Riley versus Gulak. And we get 4 rounds tonight, guys. Now, what were your thoughts? And are you guys okay with how this group does with picking their guys to fight their matches? Are y'all okay with it, Shane and Des?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. The fact how they give each member a chance to shine, a chance to prove that they are worthy to be in the crew, that they are the crew. Still trying to figure out what the meaning of the name is. And for some reason, I'm automatically thinking about the new Catch Republic. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but yeah, this was a cool match, and I like Chase U as campy and as fluffy as like the name and the uniform is. I like how they can also deliver in the ring. This was a good match. It was a cool match. I enjoyed it, and I like to see these two factions go head to head, and I'm looking forward to see what they're doing moving forward, as well as QCC. I'm trying to be careful not to say QVC, but yeah, the NQCC guys, to see how far they move, especially Mr. Williams' son. See where that's going with him. But yeah,
for me, the first note that I got on my paper is Jay. Again, you're gonna agree with me, Jay. That goddamn chop by Drew, I felt that at home. I wrote ouchie. Like Jay, you know what I'm talking about, Jay? That chop that literally everyone in the arena, including the announcers, are like, oh, like Jay, you know what I'm talking about?
Is one of those that will have your chest caved in and you're just in shock.
Bro, oh my gosh. Riley had to go. He had to go to the other side of the ring because that shit hurt so much. I felt that at home, bro. Um, yeah, and I enjoyed the match between them. It was pretty good, pretty good. And when Drew had Riley in that like crossface chicken wing or situation, whatever like that, I thought he was gonna tap. It was only a few seconds left. I'm like, oh, he's about to tap. He's about to tap before we get to 0-0, but he didn't. And I was like, okay, all right, he's tough. Dude is tough. But the ending, man, Jasmine costing Riley the match by tripping him up while he's on the middle rope and causing Drew to land on top of him. I was like, oh shit. Okay, so they're clearly not fans of Chase U, and now we got issues here. So I was just wondering how Thea was going to respond to seeing that, and you know, oh man. But all in all, it was a good match, cool match. Let's go Chase U.
True, and I was okay with how the match ended and everything. It was cool for the NQCC to retain their cup, and yeah, let's see what happens down the line with as far as with Chase U and everything. Huh. That leads us into the back where we seen Brooks leaving the arena, and Fallon is coming off for him, and she misses. It seems like she misses him, and Can't see him since losing his match, and doesn't seem too happy. But after he leaves, Kalani comes in. She's talking about she knows who jumped her, and it was old girls, Kiana and them, and and Fallon decided to want to help. So that leads us into our next match,
Hey
which is
Jay,
talk to me.
you know when little boy came out with the suitcase and he was crying for some reason, this cry just came into my mind. Oh, baby, you're lost and I just don't want to be in no more. I'm with my suitcase and I'm going home.
That was Honey, I Blew Up the Baby. Wasn't it, Shane? Or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. One of the, it
No,
was,
it's
I was,
that boxer guy. You remember the boxer guy and he was with his son? And he was like, and I still love you. Yeah. Yeah, that was Jensen walking on out with his suitcase and his head down because he couldn't beat the man because he's still a little boy that can't handle it. So he's gonna go home and sit down and rethink and have his big brother fight his battles. So good luck with the crying, you little baby. Oh, I'm sorry. And with that, I am done with my rant.
yeah, Jay, come on, no more dead, no dead air, no dead air.
Sorry, my shit was the tap button was messing up on me over here, guys. Sorry.
Damn it.
Yet that leads us into we get the OC versus Hank and Tank. But before that match started, we got Ava on the phone, and she's letting whoever she's talking to know that about the Alpha Academy match next week. And you see Thea coming in there all hyped, and she's mad for a second, and she wants Jasmine, and Ava tells her in her debut match she'll be fighting you, and she got hyped. But now look at this. We got, Duke before he leaves, Ava stops him and she tells him, well, I've been having my eye on you and, you know, I would like to see you in the match next week. And if you win, you're in this North American title hunt. Guys, is this another guy that we got to look into now for this title? You know, since we already seen three of them. What were your thoughts on that little phone call and the fact that we got Ava talking to Duke? Des and Shane?
Shane, go for
No. Wah, wah, wah. That's my alert button. As in, no, I don't want to see that. We already saw the match that we want to see for the North American Championship. It's Uber versus Dijax versus Mr. Briggs. That's what I want to see. I don't no.
Well, this is what I was talking about earlier when I was like, saying that it would be a triple threat match or possibly something else. When I said that, I meant maybe it might be a fatal four-way match. Again, like I said, I don't want to see anybody qualifying to face Oba. If we're going to do this, we're going to do this right. Let's get all these big motherfuckers in the ring together and get all four of them to go against Oba. And I think that the reason that we would want to see that is because it'll just solidify Oba as the dominant champion that he is. Because if he can beat these three motherfuckers at the same time, then that just solidifies him as champion. Just like how we had to watch Gunther take on Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, and he beat them. He stacked them to be exact. He powerbombed Drew onto Sheamus. So yeah, I don't mind it being a fatal four way, but yeah, no qualifying stuff. Ava, Jay.
Hey, Jay and Dez, what would you say with a match between Gunther and Uba Femi? Who would win that?
Hmm, that's quite interesting. I need to see a little bit more from Oba before I can make that decision. Right now I'm gonna say Gunther because of the experience and the fact that Son only has maybe one or two losses under his belt in WWE in general. So yeah, I need to see more in ring work from Oba before I make my decision.
And I actually agree with Jay because I remember bringing this up to you guys some time ago that, well, they actually mentioned it on NXT, and I just regurgitated it on the show where Oba, he won the title within his first 10 matches. So he's still new to this. So of course it'll end up being a match where it's like Oba's best work but it's still not good enough, and he will still fall to Gunther.
You know, I'll be that guy and say that I will go with Femi. Because, first of all, before he even stepped in the ring, he already had the skills of being a champion fighter. And the fact that he is so cocky about that, that gives him even more strength. On top of the fact that he's already strong as hell. I mean, we've seen him throw, some of the biggest guys in NXT clear across the ring. I totally see him doing that with Gunther. I would love to see him do that with Gunther. And if anybody that has already had a match with Gunther, I would say this guy Femi would be the closest, if not the guy, that can actually beat him. I would definitely put my money onto Femi if they two had a match, just because I see that being like a bigger of a chance of happening. And number two would be Chad Gable.
Okay, you guys. I like how you brought that up and mentioned it, and you know this leads us into the OC versus Hank and Tank, fellas. The meaty guys match of the night. Hmm. Shane and Des, what were your thoughts on this one?
The meaty match. Hmm. I mean, since we're not going to get it at Mania, might as well get it from, these guys here, because, that three-way match is totally going to be like all meat. But yeah, it's always good to see the OC brothers, Mr. Anderson and Gallows, love that name, and this Hank and Tank. I'm not too familiar with these guys, but yeah, they put on a good match. Gave OC, something definitely to work with. They definitely put in some sweat in there. They definitely worked the muscles. It was a good match. It was a good qualifying match. Even though we knew that the OC was going to win, but at least give them a good match. And I really enjoyed this. I'm sorry. Period. I'm finished. Next.
Goddamn, Shane, that was fast as hell. I was shuffling some papers and checking through my notes, but okay. Yeah, my first reaction was, who the fuck are these guys? Hank and Tank. I don't remember ever seeing them on any of the NXT episodes that we've been reviewing since we started Three Bells. Maybe I'm bugging out, but maybe I'm not. So I was just like, okay, automatically, this is going to be a win for the Good Brothers. But Anderson was disappointing the hell out of me. I'm like, bro, how are you getting beat up by this goddamn NXT possible jobber dude? And it was even being noticed by Vic. And then once Gallows got in, he, like Vic said, he's like, okay, you are an NXT superstar. I'm a main roster guy for SmackDown. This ain't happening. And he started beating his ass, and I'm like, thank you. Like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck, man? But anyway, Jay, I was saying in my head that Tank reminds me of someone from WCW, but I can't get his name out of my head. I can see him, but I can't get his name out. Do you know who I'm talking about? Does he remind you of anybody from WCW?
Um, the first, like with his hair and everything, the first person that came to my mind, like I'm not gonna lie to you, was Midian. Midian's hair, but
Mm.
I don't know. It's the look for me, and I'm still trying to think of it myself. That's the first person that came into
I'll,
my mind.
I'll probably get it when we get off the air, and I'll send it in the chat. But yeah, it was killing me. I'm like, gosh. But anyway, yeah. Um, I like the toughness of Gallows tonight. He was not trying to lose that match at all, and he was not trying to be embarrassed at all by losing to these NXT stars. No, no disrespect, but like, come on, like, come on. We've traveled the world over, like, enough. So yeah, shout outs to the Good Brothers for getting that W tonight. Well deserved. And again, you guys are my pick to get to stand and deliver and challenge the Wolf Dogs. Jay?
Like, what you gotta say, Shane? Talk.
You know what I love about Gallows? He seems like the type of person that would whoop your ass till you have like 1% strength. And then with that 1% strength, he said, now get your ass up and let's hit the bar and get these drinks. Drinks on me. He'll like buy you some drinks after he whoop your ass. He just seems like that real cool guy, but don't fuck with me because I will fuck you up. And then I'll give you some drinks afterwards just to let you know where I'm coming from and where I can go.
Yeah, it does. I actually can agree. I like watching the OC wrestle, and you know, Gallows was on one tonight. He was definitely hitting, and Hank and Tank. I want to see more of them. Like they mentioned. one is a security. One was Hank was a security guard, and Tank, Tank was one of their first NIL guys that came over and got into wrestling, and they became a tag team. So let's see what they got for them later on. We need to see more because, like you said, Des, this is probably the first time we've actually got to see them wrestle in the 3 months that we've been hosting our shows. So we got to get used to some new fresh air with these guys, and also you know that leads us. Let me make sure my papers are right, and yeah, that leads us you know into Trick being talked to in the background, and they was asking him his final thoughts for tonight before the match. And he was like he's traveling lightly, making his own decisions, and you know he's ready. And he's saying he knows Melo's out there, and if he sees him, he's gonna whoop his ass. Peace. He heard the Noam Dar music, and it's fight night. So before the match starts, you see Roxy leaving, and you know it was cool to see her saying that she wants a title shot, and if she can't rip it off, well, then he's gonna beat her ass for it. And also we get JC, Jasmine, Kiana, another chick talking in the back about Thea crying and babysitting and all of this and all of that. And Kiana, during that little promo, mentioned toxic attraction. A la, we got the word earlier on that Mandy Rose misses she didn't like how everything ended, and maybe there's something for her on the horizon. So this little toxic attraction thing that they threw out there is a hint. Now they're gonna have us thinking, guys. And this leads into our main event with Noam Dar and Mr. Trick Williams in our main event, fellas. What are your thoughts on this main event? And if you do want to talk about the promos before it, you can talk about it. But I'm gonna start with Shane and then Des.
Okay, so we could talk about the promos before. Cool, because I have this question. What you were saying led me to this question. And we was talking about this earlier, Jay and I, in the chat. Do we see or do we want Mandy Rose to come back? I know for me, it seems to me that the only thing that she had going for was the fact that she was pretty. I don't know about her in-ring skills, Jay and Des. Do we want to see Mandy Rose come back?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Her NXT title run that she had for a year was wild, bro. She improved a lot in ring when she went down there, and she led that group good that she had with Gigi and with JC. So me, I'm all for second chances, and I'd love to see some toxic attraction again.
Now, Shane, you shouldn't even be asking me this damn question because the last time y'all brought up Mandy Rose, I had no idea who the hell y'all talking about, and I still don't have an idea of who the hell y'all talking about. So, do I want somebody to come back that I don't really know much about? Like, I guess maybe not, maybe so. I don't know.
Well, do some study on her OnlyFans page. Maybe that'll get you to change your mind and maybe you can be in the same wavelength as Jay.
Now I saw that I can't call it that promo. That's obviously not a company thing, but I saw that video and I'm just like, really? Okay. I don't know if WWE would bring you back knowing that, that's not PG. That is not PG. And by the way, just real quick, Jocks and Smoke Break. Hey, Smoke Break, how are you doing? Wow. Jay, I don't think we've ever had Smoke Break on our show before. I feel really honored. So just shout outs to you guys. 3 bells. Thank you for being, one more time, thank you for being here. All right. Thank you. Hopefully we get nominated in this year's stereo awards. But we got to do better. Jay?
Yes, yes. Thank you for listening tonight, Miss Smoke Break. Salute to you, and salute to Mr. Jock. And guys, we have, Des, did you say anything about this though? About the match and the promos? I'm not sure if Shane was even done. Shane, were you done?
I don't
No,
think
I was
Shane was
just
done
asking that
either.
question.
Yeah,
I didn't even hit it. I was just asking that question about Mandy.
Yeah, my apologies. I just got distracted by our guest, especially Miss Smoke Break, who I appreciate a lot. So my apologies to you guys for messing that up. Shane, on you, my brother.
No mess up at all. No mess up. to answer the question with the main event, that's what you're talking about. Noam Dar, Mr. 5'9", $178 versus Big Trick, 6'4" at 240. Big. I'm trying to think. Did you guys notice that Trick was bleeding on the side of his head? I'm thinking he might have gotten that when he was thrown against the steps. Because I was trying to think, like how else was he? Did he started bleeding from the head? And then when they was in the ring, and you see the close up of his head, you see the blood, and then it goes to Norm, and Norm had blood on his arm, so he like picked up some of the blood with his hand and rubbed it on his face. I thought that was yeah, that was telling me something. That was saying something. How you would wipe someone's blood on your face like that and then continue to fight. Not for nothing. There's no Amdar. He's a good fighter for someone his size. He is very very good. He has definitely impressed me with this match tonight. He definitely gave Trick some a tough fight. Even though we know that Trick was going to win. Again, I need to look back and see exactly when that blood came out. But I really did. I liked this match. I enjoyed this match. And when Miss Lash Legend, Miss Smitten throughout the whole entire night, like that must have been some kiss for you to be smitten for the entire night. Hell, the entire week. That kiss was last week. And the whole week later, you're still smitten? Oof. That's some kiss right there. But then she gets to the side of the ring and she's like, very seductively saying, "Come here, come here." And I said, "Dude, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. It's poison." Biv DeVoe, they've been telling us this for over 30 years. Don't fall for the poison. And what happens? He was lured in, and he was about to get cold capped, but then he caught it, almost as if he kind of knew that something was possible to happen. So I'm glad he didn't fully fall for that, but he fell for it enough to get tricked anyway for that little moment. But yeah, it should be interesting to see, moving forward, what kind of storyline that they're going to start with her and Trick, and what her relationship is going to be with Meta 4, or should we say Meta 3J?
Well, I'll pick it up from here, Shane.
I'm sorry, Dez. Like I've been saying Jay all night. I just like to say Jay. It just comes out more smoothly than Dez, Not to
Because
say I don't like the name, but it just flows better.
no, it's because it's Tuesday and you're still on your Monday flow. You're so used to throwing it to Jay after after you get your turn. So it's okay, no problem. But to counter what you were saying though, bro. Again, Vic. I don't know this Vic guy at the desk. He's fucking hilarious. Bro said that Lash Legend was in a wheelchair all week because of that kiss from Trick.
I remember he said that.
Yo, like what? What? Yo, that had me cracking up, man. That was too funny. Shane, that was like hilarious, bro.
It was hilarious. And then we see a shot of her, and guess what? You know what came to my mind? Coco from SWV. I
Yes.
get so weak, and then he said he was just as weak as hell.
Yo, she was flustered the whole match. She was flustered from that promo all the way earlier in the match. Like she was just like that. Goddamn that kiss! Oh my gosh! Like oh my gosh! Like
Kiss. Hey Trick, if you listening, please give us the name of the chapstick company that you used to put that spell on her, or that same chapstick that Poison Ivy used from the Batman movie. Remember that? She was going around kissing everybody, and Batman was about to give the whole back credit card.
Oh wait, we got to stop the show. Ladies and gentlemen. We mentioned him earlier. We said he was on vacation. We didn't expect him to be here tonight, but he is here. So everyone, please give it up for our guy, your guy, all of our guys, our bro Drew. Drew, what's going on, Drew? Welcome. Better late than never. Welcome. One more time for Drew.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday? You're singing
Yes,
happy birthday?
Happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday to the big homie Drew. Here's my bell for you. Happy birthday, man. Hope you celebrate it to the fullest. And good to see you, man. With your busy schedule and your busy vacation, having a good time. You're taking a second to see us, man. Good to see you, man. One more time for the party bells. Take it up, baby.
Right. So with that being said, Drew, on my behalf, I'm gonna just say it real quick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andrew. Happy birthday to you. That's only because you're my partner. I won't do that for nobody else, goddamn it, on this goddamn show. So don't get used to it. But Drew, yeah, happy birthday to you, bro. Enjoy your vacation. I'm gonna miss you, my guy. Please hurry up and bring
Trust
your ass
me,
back to work, okay?
we won't get used to it because we won't ask for it. Just give me a card with money. I'll be fine with that. Never mind the song.
Wow. The shade. Anyway, I was very impressed with Noam. Noam, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I've only seen him wrestle maybe twice or three times. And tonight he brought it. He brought that shit to Trick. Trick was looking like he was gonna lose this match. And I'm like, bro, how are you gonna lose to this little ass motherfucker? Like, what's going on with you, bro? You bleeding and shit? Like, what the fuck? You telling me that you're gonna lose to fucking Mello, which I believe you should lose to Mello because Mello is that guy. He is him. And you betrayed him. So anyway, excuse me, I'm just getting into the trance. But yeah, I this main event was it's given a run for match of the night for me. I mean, man, I enjoyed it 100%. And again, I think that Noam really laid down a good case for him to be up there in the main event picture, along with Trick, Mello, Ilya, Tony, and I think that's pretty much all we got right now. But yeah, I can't be mad at him. Jay?
Yeah, man. When Noam Dar said he had bigger and better things to do, when he lost the cup, you can instantly see that he's actually doing that. I'm appreciative of seeing him actually bring out his in-ring skills tonight, and we can see that he's a grappler. He likes to put people into submission moves and everything, and it was good that he was using that kind of pounding ground game on Trick just to keep him down. Kudos to him. The match was great, but fellas, what about after the match? Hmm.
Real quick, Jay,
Shane, Des,
before we get into after the match, just can I just play this message real quick?
go ahead.
Messages,
Go ahead.
real quick.
Play him,
Hold
play
on.
him.
Thank y'all so much for the birthday love. It's definitely appreciated. I'm here on vacation, dealing with a sore left ankle. I fell down the steps of the Jazz game last night. I missed a step at the arena, and I twisted my ankle pretty bad. So my ankle's pretty sore. Went to a masseuse today to try to ease the pain a little bit, but it's just pretty ginger right now. But besides all that, I'm doing well. I spent some time with my friend. Haven't seen her almost 20 years. So it's been good. And once again, thank you for the love. It's appreciated. Thanks, Des, for serenading me with a nice happy birthday. It's appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Making Drew.
My guy, he got another message, but all I heard in that message was he might be the next owner of the Jazz, and he was looking for a happy ending. So next message.
I think I got cut off a little bit, but once again, thank y'all for the birthday love. Shouts out to 3 Bell Podcast. It's all love, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, about that ankle, because one time I had the gout and I did this and it went away without me using any type of medicine or going to the doctor. You can soak your feet in some hot water with some Bragg's apple cider vinegar, with some baking soda and some lemon juice and a little bit of lotion to make it nice and smooth. Try that to see if that will work for you, dude. That's a birthday present to you, man.
Well, there you have it. A nice little birthday present for you, Drew. Courtesy of the 3 Bells. And guys, what were your thoughts on that ending that we got there with Mello's entourage and Mello, with Trick? Des, Shane?
I loved it. And what's funny is I knew that was Mello from Jump. I'm looking, I'm like, that's Mello right there. I don't know. I saw the tattoo. I think he was trying to hide it, but I seen it. I'm like, that's Mello right there. And then when that guy came out, I'm like, that is not Mello. Mello is not that dark skin. Like, bruh, I enjoyed that ending. Trick got what was coming to him. Let's go, Mello J.
Yeah, man, that was smart. That was real smart. They actually got me for a minute. Because keep in mind, we thought that they was going to do this last week with Trick being one of the security guards that was standing behind him and was going to catch him that way. But what we saw was still cool. But for tonight, I didn't see that coming. I thought that the security guards was going to come in and they was going to jump him, and then Mello was going to slowly walk into the ring and then finish beating him up. But to see him on the side like that, like I didn't catch that. I guess my eyes is not as good as yours, Des, because I honestly thought that was Mello coming in, from the back. So then when he took off his mask, the real Mello took off his mask and went and attacked him. I was like, oh, that was smart. That was a smart move. And just adding that extra layer of wait till I get my trick. I'm gonna tear his ass up once we get to stand and deliver. You just keep messing with me, man. And woo, you just wait. You just wait. We got 18 more days. I'm gonna whack that ass up. And Mello is just like, he's just being that little annoying ticket. He's just catching him whenever he can, and we absolutely love it. Do you think that this is or isn't going to happen again next week? Come on, this is big money. It has to happen. It has to happen. And I can't wait. Jay.
Man, I can't wait either. That gives us basically our third match for Stand and Deliver. So far we have 3 matches, guys, and this is slowly starting to look out, to be a good card. I can't wait. Like you said, 18 more days. Stand and Delivers here, and hope they deliver that weekend. Gonna play this message from Drew.
Shane O'Mac, when I get back to NYC, I'll definitely try it. Once I get back, I'll definitely try to I'll try what you said to do, and hopefully it works.
So, Drew, you telling me that you're not coming to work on Sunday, huh?
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Look, I had to survive last Sunday without him, so all right. At least I know from Tuesday. Feel better, bro. Word.
You'll be okay, Des. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Des.
Look,
Get well soon, Drew Boogie.
Look, my partners know that I have separation anxiety, so it's not easy, especially going all the way up to the Bronx, man. It's not easy.
That's the all moment of the night. Oh man, guys. Here we go. What was your guys' match of the night and or moment of the night, since this is basically the end of the show? Des and then Shane.
Well, it's no surprise. I already told you guys earlier in the show. My match of the night was that tag match with NQCC versus Axiom and Frazier. I love that match. That was match of the night for me. And moment of the night was the end of the show. Mello getting his revenge on Trick for Trick attacking Mello 2 weeks ago. He blindsided him at that. He came from behind. So an eye for an eye. That's my 3 bells match of the night and moment of the night.
Cool, man. Cool. My match of the night is the main event with Noam Dar and Trick Williams. And I say that because I was extremely impressed with Mr. Dar's performance tonight. He really stood his ground. He gave Trick a match. This is what you would call, and what we did call, the main event. Kudos to you, man, for sticking it out there from beginning to end, using all your elements, taking advantage. You definitely have a new fan in Shane O'Mac. And in terms of the moment of the night, of course, which was, in my opinion, the finisher of the night for Miss Soul herself with the Soul Snatcher. Wow. That's the only thing that you can say about that is just wow and damn. The timing was so perfect, because if that timing would have been off in terms of too fast or too slow, that would have been a huge botch. That could have been like a real serious injury. But it worked out perfectly, and I absolutely love it. That is my moment and my match of the night. I don't have bells, so Des, if you could do the honors for me. My man, thank you.
My match of the night, I ain't gonna lie to you, is the tag team match of Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Dempsey and Bourne. I really liked that match from beginning to end because it was very fast paced and it delivered on all cylinders. There was not one moment in that match where it had you like, you know what, someone's gonna botch, someone's gonna fuck up, and they didn't. All these guys delivered. And my move of the night was that move that Paxley did when she did the face buster and knee combo to Roxy. That to me, I thought that was explosive because it was something you never seen. And as Des said earlier, there was no name for it. They left it silent. I thought that shit was cool as hell. And man, I can't wait for Stand and Deliver. I don't know about you guys. Ooh.
Oh shit. We just had technical difficulties. I just lost my 3 belts as well. So we got to do this the old-fashioned way, as we did the first 2 shows. Ding, ding, ding. Because I don't know what the hell just happened, but I just lost my 3 belts. Holy shit. My apologies.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I think I got you. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, the original. Yeah. Let's go. Thank you, Shane. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
God.
so weird. So weird how that just happened like that.
Good. Guys, are y'all ready for Stand and Deliver in 18 days? Since we only got 3 matches. Are y'all excited for it down the line?
Yeah, of course. Again, my biggest prediction for Stand and Deliver was the whole match between Trick and Mello, and that it would end with Mello basically giving, passing the torch to Trick and moving on to the main roster. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and it's well deserved. And I honestly, in my opinion, I want Mello to be picked up by the Raw brand, because we will get a chance to actually see him versus him going to SmackDown and being lost in the shuffle.
So, Daz, how do you see Raw using him in terms of storylines? Like, who do you see? Like, do you see him dealing with like the mid-tier superstars, or going for like the more the upper guys for like the world titles, or he's just gonna move up from the bottom up? Where do you see him moving?
Well, if memory serves me correct, we've seen Mello go against Seth Rollins already on Raw. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe we also saw him go against Dominic Mysterio. So I can see him going into Raw and facing, the Judgment Day between Dominic and JD, and any of the other guys in the mid-level situation. And again, this goes in hand in hand with what I've been saying yesterday and on Friday. We have to have Sami Zayn win the Intercontinental Championship, because it makes everyone else who's not on the same level as Gunther more believable as far as possibly winning the IC Championship. So that's a very important thing right there. And yeah, Mello can fit right on in with that, because, eventually, if he does the right thing, if he does, lose against Trick and then bows out respectively and holding his man's hand in the air, that's a turn right there back to a face for him, and then moving him into the main roster.
You see that out of all the stuff that they've been through, you see that actually happening at the end, or even possibly happening. I don't know, like that would seem like weird. Like, I understand that you're saying that in terms of him, moving to the next brand, but I don't know, like, wouldn't that be like a total like 180 compared to what they have been through to even reach this point? All of that hate, all of that animosity, all of this sneaking from behind and sneaking attacking and talking smack on a microphone.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but unless you're gonna have him like Braun and sign to both Raw and NXT, so you can continue the story. But it's like, if you're not going to continue the story, then you might as well. I mean, maybe we get a heel Mello on the main roster. I'm fine with that too. I mean, now he would have to take down, some of the top babyface mid card guys, which I would be happy to see, because then I'm like, my guy is getting a good push. But we will see. We will see.
I mean, so how do we feel about Breaker? Is he? I mean, it seems to me that he's like on the neutral in terms of SmackDown, because all he had was jobbers, but it wasn't like. Is he like a good guy, or is he like, we don't know, we just like him because he's just like a powerful dude that impressed us at Royal Rumble, and he's here now at SmackDown? Like, his story to me is like, he doesn't have a story. He's just there, which I wish they freaking would do with that goddamn Jay. Just put her fucking ass in the goddamn ring. I don't know what you're waiting for, but
Are we starting to get an inkling of Shane's rant of the night on here on NXT tonight too?
Jay,
I set you.
No,
I set you up last night with it. You have more. You have more to say.
Shane.
Jay, I did not mean to do that on your show. I'm sorry, Jay. No.
Go ahead, continue, because we all feel the same way. Don't stop now while you got the momentum.
No, but I was just, But I was just asking in terms of, what they're doing with Breaker. I just don't want to see that same thing happen with Mello, especially with so many awesome talent that has stories already. So it seems like the only thing that you could do with these guys is either add them onto a story or start a story. But even if you do that, you gotta, like Des and I say, make it make sense.
So Shane, you're agreeing with me that you would rather have them bring Mello up to Raw versus SmackDown because Raw has more time to feature him down the line versus SmackDown, where they can't even keep a consistent story besides the bloodline because they can't show everybody week to week.
Absolutely. Hell, bring both him and Breaker onto Raw. You got plenty of time. Why not? And you have enough people that you don't have to show everybody every single week, which I noticed that they do with some of the superstars. Like they'll show them like every other week so that you could give as much people as possible, that good amount of airtime to tell a story or to be like in a match. You know what I mean? Like just to go out and play and have fun and build a story and get some fans to like you and hate you. Like give us a reason to to invest.
Jay,
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
get in
Take it
on
away.
this, bro. Get in on this.
Man,
No,
I'm just
Jay, he
sitting.
just wants me to rant. That's what that is. He just wants me to. He wants
Right.
me to rant, lose my beard.
Either either you get into a rant or he just wants the two of us to go back and forth. But we're actually in the same. We're agreeing with each other. So with us agreeing with each other, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, he got it.
What's your take? Yeah, what's your take on it, Jay? What do you see? Like, what's the best move to make with Mello? If if what I'm asking for happens, if he gets moved to the main roster, would you rather him on Raw or SmackDown? And then if he's on Raw, like I'm predicting, and I would want him to be on, who or what feud would you see him in?
On Raw, I honestly, I want to see him and Ricochet. I would love to see that. And if he goes back to SmackDown, I maybe maybe a nice little feud with Santos since he already has experience with him in the ring. But if we're talking about like a veteran guy for him on SmackDown, I don't know. Maybe you're right, Des. There's a little bit more of the feeling for him better there, and maybe they're saying the same thing for Braun as well. Like, there's nothing here for him. Let us end what we're ending here on our end, and just keep on polishing up what I gotta polish up on NXT until we need your services. That's what I'm
Jay,
kind of see from it.
Jay. So am I bugging, right? Mello was on Raw multiple times in the since we've been doing the Three Bells, right? Am I wrong? I know he faced Seth and gave a great match. I believe
Right.
and was he on Raw again after that? I know he was back and forth between Raw and SmackDown, but was he on Raw again, or am I making that up?
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he get Dom in a match? Or no, he interfered in Finn's match at one time, and he fought
Oh
Finn.
yeah, that's who it was. He faced Finn. That's what. Okay, so yeah, that would be great for him if he came to Raw and he continued this feud that he had with the the Bloodline, the Judgment Day, and it led to him facing Finn again, Dom, JD, because I can't put him in that category with Damian yet because Damian is looking like he's a main event caliber guy. So yeah, thanks for reminding me. That's who it was. It was him and Finn.
I had to think real quick with that shit. I was like, wait a minute. He fought somebody, but then again, just for him interfering in that match, trying to save. I forgot who it was that was fighting in that match, but he saved him, and
Did
that's
you
what led up to that match.
Did you forget that you're good at thinking on your toes? How did you think that you came up with Jay's tidbit of the night? That was you being backed into a corner, bro. You're good at that. Really good at that, bro.
Oh, I try.
And you
Oh
only
man.
have one. Not good to walk around with just one titty, man. Gotta have at least two. You'll look weird walking the streets with just one titty bitty.
Oh man, guys, don't start that. Don't start that.
Shane, you
Then again, then
stupid.
again, then again, it is after 12, so the kids are sleeping.
Right.
For anybody.
This is Three Bells podcast after dark. We
Well, here's something that we didn't know yesterday that we're finding out today, fellas.
hold
Did
on,
you
what?
know?
Hold on. Whoa. Hold on.
Nope.
Hold on.
Excuse. Oh, damn.
Did you know? Did you know? Yes, come on.
Let me rephrase because I'm not trying to snap Dez's.
It's okay.
Dez.
No, it's okay. If you're gonna do it, then do it right. Go ahead, Shane. I give you
Right.
all rights to do it. This
And
is
that's
Free
the
Bells.
thing.
We're all
I
one
can't
show.
do it right. It's a Dez exclusive, so I can't do that. But what I would say,
Want me to do it? I'll do it
No,
for
I
you.
got you. I bet you would. You know what, Dez? Hit it.
Did you know? Go ahead, Shane.
Meet me at the bar. I got your drink ready.
And that was live, ladies and gentlemen. That was not a record. I did that live.
But guess what, fellas? At last night's Raw, we had a special guest that was signing autographs and taking pictures and saying hi to everybody. Do you know who it was? Jay and Dez? It was the guy that we actually spoke about not too long ago, Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was in the Raw house last night. Did you know? Did you know? No. I don't have an echo chamber.
Wow. I mean, look, I'm one of probably like 10 people who would love to see him and Jeff finish their career where it started. It's only right, regardless of what they did in the previous company. I think they need to return home and finish their career where it started. And they don't have to be asked to do everything that they were doing in their 20s or whatever that nature. But one last run is okay with me.
Oh man, honestly, with them being in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is probably down the block from Matt Hardy's crib, his little, compound. I didn't even think that he would be there, but then again, you're like, yeah, he's home, and maybe he did get a little talk in the back. That's what I would think in my mind. Like he got back there, talked to somebody, and maybe there's something brewing because they was already saying, you seen it on Twitter and everything that they want to come home, and AEW just got to let them out. And if they want to finish it where they started at, then help be it. We got a couple of weeks to Mania. If that's when y'all want to do it, you better do it as soon as possible. Because we also see that the Dudley Boys are going to be possibly there at Mania too, there for that weekend. So who knows? Never know.
Well, for me, I just want to say that I commend and thank Matt for doing what he did last night, which was, taking pictures with everybody that started to line up and take pictures with him, to the point that his wife had to actually tell him we got to go home now. This is crazy. Usually wrestlers charge people for that. So for him to do it for free, I commend him for that. That's very noble of him and very respectable of him to do that. Just showing the fans love and showing the fans that he cared. So clap it up for him. Thank you very much, Matt, for doing that.
Yeah, I got you right here. I think nope, I don't got you. Good Lord. Good Lord. There you go.
There we go.
Machine.
I was about to say I was about to say, Shane, your people only clap for titties because they clapped last night for titties, but they was about to be like, nah, not tonight.
well, who wouldn't clap for titties? But Dez and Jay, this just goes to show you that there are two type of superstars or two type of wrestlers. You have the wrestlers that is very passionate about this, that has the ring, that keeps calling them and keep calling them, and they love this thing. They love the environment. They love the culture. They love the universe. Then you got those that's just there for a paycheck. Yeah, look at me. I'm a superstar. Give me my money. Sign an autograph. Oh, you want an autograph? It's going to cost you. You got those type of people. But then you have people like Matt Hardy. He is the reason, one of the many reasons why we love this thing. It's because of people like him. He loves us as much as we love him. And I absolutely love that. I say kudos to you, man. Kudos. Jay?
Jay, I have a request. Well, two things real quick. One, can we play the message by Drew? And then after that, can I ask my request of you?
Go ahead. Take it away.
It's only 10 over here, midnight over there, so the kids are probably still listening. The kids are probably still listening on the West Coast, so they're hearing about titties.
Respectfully, fuck them goddamn kids that's up this goddamn late. Now I'm just playing. But Jay, I have a request.
Oh no, I have a feeling this is going to be our last show, thanks to the flower language from Mundo, aka Mr. AKA. Ugh.
No, I doubt that.
There's been too many sets of today's being talked about today. That's just too much. Too much.
I highly doubt that.
I
With
think.
the whole,
Go ahead.
no, I highly doubt that, Shane. As much as you and Jay talked about jumping jelly beans and all that other stuff, and Goya and all that, if we can survive that, we can survive my joke. So we're still here. We're still on the air. But Jay, I would like to ask if you can bring Boom up to the table.
Is this a precursor to tomorrow? Are you guys setting up? Boom.
Damn right it is.
Boom.
Called out, dude.
Boom. You got the call out. You want to come up, my guy?
If he isn't asleep.
Let me know, Boom, if you up. This is a challenge by my guy.
Boom,
Somebody
wake your
wake
ass
him
up. Wake up. Bring your
Shane's
ass
right
on
on
the
time.
table. If we're calling you out, man, bring your ass on up here, man. There you go. I need it for work.
Yeah. Boom.
That's going to be my thing every time I come up anywhere now. Boom.
Hello, Mr. Boom. How are you doing tonight? Nice to see that you're alive and awoken and bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. How are you feeling?
Dude, it was like 12:30 and I don't know what the hell happened. I'm like waiting, and next thing I know, it's 3 a.m. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Boom fell asleep. Boom fell asleep.
Tick, 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 right? The tick, 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 tick just went to Z, 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 Z.
Yeah, well, sometime tomorrow, you will feel the boom. So when boom goes the dynamite, to quote that old saying, tomorrow when Mundo and myself dissect Wednesday night AEW Dynamite. So,
yes.
hell
So,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen of the Three Bells podcast, me, Mr. AKA himself, I will be on Boom's show. We will be talking about AEW Dynamite. It should be a very interesting show. I don't even know what the match card is for Dynamite tomorrow. Boom, if you have any insight on that, can you please give it to me so I can, start to do my journalistic job and researching that.
Well, we're in Toronto tomorrow, so the two big matches, Hook versus Jericho, and then, of course, the big, was it Last Man Standing? Jay, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Last Man Standing with Adam
You're
Copeland
right.
versus Christian Cage for the TNT title.
So we have Hook versus Chris Jericho, and then we have the main event, I would assume, Last Man Standing match between Edge, a.k.a. Adam Copeland, versus Christian, a.k.a. Christian Cage, correct?
Correct. Yes, that is correct, sir. By the way, good job tonight going through NXT. Of course, we're talking about tomorrow, but I'm on the Three Bells podcast right now, and got to give credit to NXT, and so can't take away anything from that. Boom. But yes, tomorrow is going to be all about Dynamite, and I'm pretty sure, I'm thinking, what's her name, and what the hell's her name? I'm not talking about CEO. I'm talking about, God damn it! Help me out, Jay.
That's exactly how I
Deanna
feel.
Purrazzo is tag teaming with Thunder Rosa. I'm pretty sure that's tomorrow with Tony Storm and Mariah May. I think that's one of the matches as well.
That's exactly how I feel. I don't know who the fuck we are talking about. I don't know who versus who. It's like, who are you versus who are you? That's how I feel. You guys got to impress me tomorrow because I don't know who the hell you are. And to quote The Rock, it'll be, who in the Rudy Poo are you? Yeah, I don't know you. So make me know you. Make me want to know you. Make me want to care about you. AEW, make me care.
Any questions you got tomorrow, dude? I will gladly answer. What happens between 8 and 10 is no one. I do not. If I have like a big "Do Not Disturb" sign, I just pay attention to the entire show. I don't take any phone calls, nothing. I just watch Dynamite, and then 10:15, I come on here and we just dissect the hell out of it, talk about it. Hell yeah, boom.
Now I know. Now I know I'm gonna distract you.
Right. Because that's not how we work here. We normally message each other while we're watching the show. So that's different for me, and it's okay. But Boom, I just wanted to know, what was your influence for setting up this talk a day prior, because I thought you would have, just go on live right after the show, but you're advertising it basically the day before. Where did you get that idea from? That sounds so unboom like.
I mean, no, like I've always been a promoter, and it's because you know what? I want people to know about it. Yes, you guys do the same thing, but yes, I want people to know about what's going on because,
Mm-hmm.
again, I don't feel that there are many or any other wrestling talks on stereo that go outside WWE. So this is my opportunity to kind of welcome that, So I want people to know what's going on so that when it comes time, I'm not by my lonesome talking to myself.
And you won't be. I'll be right there with you, bro. Okay. I only had you brought up here so we can make sure that we help advertise your show for tomorrow and advertise that I'll be there with you for the entire thing.
I appreciate that. It's going to be awesome having you on here because I've already had Jay on, I've had Shane on, and now we get Mundo. So now it is said that I've had all members of Three Bells on a Boom podcast.
What you missed last night was the acknowledgement of me. So let's get it correct. Tomorrow you will have the final boss on your show for Dynamite.
Yeah, the final boss will be in with the the show, the king boom of all. So yes, you'll be with the present. You will be with the ultimate presence, Mr. Final Boss.
And
Yes.
I hope you're ready, and I hope that you want to keep it amicable, and I hope you don't try to awaken Des Taker. I've put him away for good reason, but just letting you know, don't try me, because I'll make your ass famous.
I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but once RJ Show gets woken up, I can't control what happens. I can't. So
That's
just
beautiful.
gonna have to tune in and find out what happens when we discuss Dynamite. I might even throw in some New Japan stuff because Jack Perry did face Sonata at the NJP Cup, and I still have to watch that match. So I might watch that later, and I might want to talk about it tomorrow.
And I've heard that your boss Tony Khan, Jack Perry still is a part of AEW, but he's currently being punished by Tony Khan by not being featured on AEW for the last few months because of the fact that he cost him CM Punk. So
I heard that. Dave Meltzer, I don't know why Dave Meltzer hears this shit. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's all garbage and hearsay and bullshit. The only people who know what happened are the people who actually work there. Dave Meltzer doesn't work there. Dave Meltzer is just some jackass that's, has his own magazine and likes to rate matches. And, he doesn't work for the company. So,
we shall see. Jay, off to you.
Does
Yes,
one
sir.
crazy thing about mentioning like New Japan and all that other stuff. It was crazy that tonight when the Good Brothers fought the OC, we got to hear Booker say, about the IWGP champs and
Yep.
them being Impact champions as well.
Yep.
Cool that they gave them their flowers tonight. Booker did it right.
And speaking of that, Jay, I don't want to take over your show because I feel like I am, and I apologize about that. But Jay, matter of fact, I have one more thing to mention, but I think you have something to mention as well. The breaking news that you gave us in the chat, I would love for you to bring that here so we can discuss it real quick. I know, it's up to you if you want to, because I know we are into the past the second hour now, but it's up to you. If you want to do it, we can do it. If not, we can move on.
If it's about your guy, go ahead. Let him know what time it is.
No, it's about what you broke to me and Shane earlier today and this whole agreement with different federations.
Damn. I gotta scroll in in the notes. Oh, damn it.
It was about Shayna Baszler versus a talent from TNA in a joint effort between WWE, TNA,
Oh,
AEW, and
yes.
New Japan. Like that is what I'm talking about. I don't know if Boom,
Oh,
because Boom tries not to be a part of the chatter outside, so he can be surprised by stuff. So that's what I was talking
right.
about.
At that event that they're having with GCW, yes, all the federations are aligning into one for
I
one
heard
night
about that.
only.
I heard about that.
That's cool as fuck, bro. I'm
He
happy to see shit like that.
he only heard about it because he woke up and seen what you saw. But if he was up last night, he would have seen that it was breaking news while we were on our Monday Night Raw podcast.
I saw it somewhere. I don't know if it was here. I did see it somewhere. They're talking about Shayna Baszler while being part of WWE is going to be a part of a GCW event. I did hear about that.
So the last thing I have right now before we close out is something I mentioned in the chat to my guys Triple J and Shane. I want to get everybody's live reaction to it, including you, Boom. The New York Post has published an article suggesting that WWE needs to look in the mirror after AEW's star-studded free agency haul. While WWE as hot as ever and doesn't need any of those three at the moment, the fact that none of those chose to come to the industry leader should at least give Triple H and company some pause. So obviously they're talking about let's see, Mercedes Moné, Ospreay, and I don't know the last guy, that Japanese wrestler. I don't know his name.
Okada.
Yeah. I'll start with Boom. We'll go with Shane and we'll end with Jay. Your thoughts on that? Do you agree with that? Or in my opinion, I think it was just about a money grab, and WWE is not about that. Boom.
Explain this again. So it's that they're surprised that they didn't want to come in, or I don't know if I understood what you were saying to him.
It's saying that the New York Post is saying that the WWE needs to take a look in the mirror, and they're saying that it should be alarming to them that those three top stars in free agency decided to sign with AEW over WWE, while WWE is having the best time it has ever had as far as like sales and everything of that nature. And I'm just saying, like, is what they're saying like true, or I feel like it's just the fact that it's a WWF WCW situation where WCW is just throwing money at people, so they wouldn't even think to go to WWE. Do you agree with me? Disagree?
To me, when it comes to Okada, I mean, I wasn't there, but to me, knowing the history between him and the Bucks, I think it's more about loyalty and wanting to do something with your friends. Again, when Okada, and I said this on your show before, I've said this on my own shows before, Okada debuts outside of the United States in TNA. Who's the one who comes to him and helps him out and tries to help get him all the help he needs while he's there? The Young Bucks. And then what happens when the Young Bucks are on the outs with TNA? Okada brings them to New Japan and they become part of the Bullet Club. So to me, it's about loyalty. It's about wanting to work with your friends as far as Okada goes.
Okay.
I mean,
To add to this, it's been reported that Mercedes Moné is currently the highest paid women's wrestler in history. Your thoughts on that? Boom, Jay, Shane.
you mean as far as in AEW or ever? Ever, I guess.
I said ever.
All I want to know is what is she going to do in AEW, and how long is it going to be until is she going to be able to last? Is she going to fall through the cracks? That's what I want to know. I just want to know, is she going to prove her worth in another company? The only way to do that is watch and see if what Tony Khan can do. If he drops the ball with her, if he keeps it going, does he put the title on her right away? Does he wait a while? To me, it's let's watch and find out. That's what I got to say about that. Boom.
I mean, it was a question that was asked for the other two Three Bow podcast members, because you guys were on the show last week when Mercedes arrived. So, Jay, Shane.
Well, with Mercedes being the highest paid,
Not just that, but just in general. I wanted to hear your response in real time, live on the mic, not just typing, but to the fact of what the post said as far as WWE not getting the three hottest, quote unquote, hottest free agents. And and then not to mention that Mercedes is now the highest paid ever women's athlete, well, as far as pertaining to wrestling of all time.
I put it like this, with WWE not signing these guys, we know they talked to Osprey because that was already, talked. Osprey kind of mentioned that already, that he did make his rounds and to do his talks, but he went to where there was more freedom at. And WWE at the moment is just starting to learn how to give their wrestlers that freedom. So what's the sense of bringing in those type of guys when you could do it within what you have now in your own product? So I could see, with what Triple H is doing with this show that's coming with all them shows merging, this is just a sign of the future that maybe we will get, more companies facing each other with one-offs in which it'll excite fans even more because wrestling in all brands, if you look at it, we might not see other federations, but this, like us with WWE, we're at the hottest point for WWE. And wrestling in general within itself is hot as hell. You go to AEW, you go to, if you're a big AEW guy, you're going to like what the product is bringing and like what they're doing. You go to Japan, they put it on shows out there. Right now wrestling is hot. So, Triple H and I don't, there's too much wrestlers within the product that you can't do what these other companies are doing by just offering it to them while they're there. Even with the newcomers that are there as well, with the fresh faces that we have in NXT. And with Mercedes being signed to that deal, I put it like this, like I said to you guys the other day in the chat, she's wrestling's version of Cardi B. She wants to get paid, she wants the clout, she wants the money. And we've always known it when she was the boss. On the boss S's was the dollar signs. So that's what I look at. She's all about her money.
Shane, before you answer, I'm gonna add another layer to it. Shane, with what the post said, plus what I added into about Sasha, aka Mercedes, being the highest paid women's wrestler currently. The fact that it's WrestleMania season, and these guys, the guys and the lady, still turn to AEW, is that not alarming?
Wow, these are a lot of questions that you're asking me. It's like I'm in high school again. I gotta look over to the guy next to me to see what question I'm on. Anyway, I'm just jiving. But yeah, first of all, okay, rant time. First of all, Mr. Post, maybe you should know exactly what's going on in wrestling before you make a statement like that. Because basically, what they're saying is, oh, they, WWE, they missed the shot, or they flipped the bag by letting these three, superstars, slip between their fingers and go into AEW. And it's like, well, first of all, and it was just told in an interview. Miss Monet even mentioned in an interview that she still has WWE in her mind. It's still a possibility for her to jump to WWE. But right now, her plans is to be here. And obviously, from what you just mentioned to us, Des, that's the reasons why she's at AEW, because money talks. Who wouldn't want to go there if they was given that big money? You know what I mean? Now, just because they have these big superstars doesn't mean that WWE doesn't have big superstars, or New Japan doesn't, or all of these other circuits. We all have those big superstars in our respective branches. You know what I mean? So by them saying that and not exactly knowing just how awesome wrestling is right now, so that the fact that we can go to any of these branches whenever we feel like, whenever we want to see, Monet or what's his name? I can't even think right now, but
Brian
there's
Danielson,
something.
Edge, Christian. I got you, bro.
Yeah, whomever from any circuit, exactly. It's something there for all of us to enjoy. So and then it's like, you're kind of contradicting yourself, because then you say, Well, yeah, even though WWE is at its highest point. So it's like, well, yeah, you just answered your question. Like, why do they need them if WWE is already at its highest point? Like how much higher you think they're gonna go if they had these guys there? We still gonna be high. We still have stories. We still have superstars. And who knows how long these guys are gonna be at AEW? Because we know how they treat their superstars to a point where they want to leave and go elsewhere. So you're paying Miss Monet all of this money. Okay, let's see how you use her. Let's see if this was a good investment in terms of what you're going to do with her. Is it going to be worth it? Or are you just going to have her sitting and catering like a certain other person that has been getting paid money just to sit around and do nothing, which is a waste of money to me. God damn it, put her in some interviews, put her in some backstage footage, have her in a faction or something so she can be in the ring so that we can at least see her. That way, at least her presence would be known, and that will help in terms of making money. Now, this woman here making all this money, God damn it, you better be doing some backflips. You better be cooking breakfast, dinner, and lunch. You better be babysitting. You better be doing everything with all of this goddamn money that they so-called giving you. Because if they don't make this money back, they're going to kick your ass out. And then you're going to be coming and saying, oh, WWE, I'm ready for you. Really? Oh, so now you want to come after the fact that you got your ass kicked out, huh? Mm-hmm. We don't look how big we are. We don't take strays. We don't deal with homeless organizations. We don't deal with that. Maybe you should go someplace else. But yeah, and this is, you would think that they would want to come to WWE now that we're in the biggest Mania like ever during Mania season. But we'll see what happens moving forward. Jay.
Jay, you see, we almost got it, Jay. We almost got the rant of the night. Almost. It was right there.
Shit, we got plenty of it tonight from Shane, and it's all but appreciative. Say it with your chest and say it loud and proud, as they say, you know. And I even heard you say at one point, Shane, you hit him with the old school jiving. I ain't hear that word, but only on these old school shows that I be watching. So nice one, I like that. And
But yeah, I mean, juke and jive. Like, you don't, yuck. Like, it's horrible to even say juke and jive. Like, who's this last guy? This guy it's in TNA that they teamed up with Top Dollar. I forgot his name, but he's a jive. Like, he jives. Like, I see him and he's just a jive turkey. Like, like I forgot. It's not Swerve. It's another guy, and he was like dealing with Top Dollar, another Grank guy.
Rich, what's his
Rich
face?
Swan.
Rich Swan, yeah.
Swan. Yes, he is such.
Wasn't
Ever since I
he-
first seen him.
Yes, he was in the
WWE, right?
cruiserweight. He was a champion in WWE. He was one of the cruiserweight
Right.
champions.
But he was actually good in WWE before they got rid of 205 Live. So,
I don't know. I just get a jive turkey from him. Just jive turkey vibes. Like, he's just so jivey. I don't know.
I actually have a question for Jay or any of you guys. Something that's annoying me that NXT has been doing a lot of, and I want to get your take on it. And I forgot to ask you about this because it happened earlier tonight. Okay. So like last week, how who attacked Kalani Jordan in the park? Didn't you just do this with Tripp and Mel? Why are we going to keep doing these who attacked who in the parking lot? Is that to me like recycling bits or what?
Jay, I was about to say, Jay, this is your show.
I don't know if it's recycling bits, but we've seen those instances before. Yeah, we've seen those instances before, where there's been stuff like that. So, it seems like everybody gets their fair share of getting beat up in the background and nobody knows it. And, for it to happen to Kalani, it's okay. She's still fresh.
I mean, they basically said who it was right away, so I'm glad they didn't keep that going because you just did that with Blair Davenport. Oh, and we still don't know who attacked Kenta in the parking lot all those years ago because you killed that storyline right before it started.
Blame Vince. Blame Vince and
that
Kevin
was the
Dunn.
Kevin Owens thing where Kenta, who we knew, I forget his NXT name, but But it started there, and yeah, I will blame Vince for that, or whoever was handling creative, because that mystery was never solved.
This shit
Jay?
definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't. And you know
Oh,
what happened? What happened?
I never got to what I actually wanted to ask. Oh, no, I did. I'm sorry. I did.
Are you sure?
That was our
Are you
last
sure?
topic. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. I'm thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking about tonight, last night. But yeah, I did ask the question. That's what we were just talking about. Yeah. Let me be quiet.
Awesome. So, I guess on that note, boom, tomorrow we'll have our guy, Mr. Mundo, on your show. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Three Bells Podcast NXT Review Show. And also coming from us, we have Shane hosting on Friday night at 10:15 Eastern.
It's your homie, Shane O'Mac, saying thank you everybody so much for tuning in and joining with us today. Thank you so much to everybody that left a message, that said hello, that asked questions. Again, a special happy birthday shout out to our homie Drew. Big Drew celebrating. Hope you feel better, hope you feel well. And again, happy birthday to you and happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating. And we might see you tomorrow, but we definitely want to see you on Friday for our SmackDown as we continue with the road to WrestleMania. And with that being said, it's me, your homie, Shane O'Mac, saying good fight, good night.
Boom.
Yeah.
Catch a vibe, catch a foot when I drive. Big pressure, I'm fly. In the ring, you won't survive. Yeah, I swear when I drive. And as always, no yeet.